Hey, how you doing? I know it's been a while since I posted. I just want to post. I do apologize for the light. See if I can make that better. There we go. I just want to do a quick YouTube video here. I'm actually at the Uber and Lyft airport parking lot for Chicago. There's O'Hare. There's two airports in Chicago. There's O'Hare and Midway, and I'm at O'Hare, and I'm at the bigger of the lot, but with no one traveling. The lots are pretty much empty, so I actually get kind of lucky sometimes going to the airports, which brings me to why I started doing this video, because I haven't really done a lot of videos, and I wanted to kind of shed some light on how I'm making money during COVID, besides, my main essential job, I guess you could call it. Because, I mean, Uber and Lyft is technically essential, I think, but some people may not consider that essential. Um, Last week, I actually, and I want to show this to people on my phone here, let me pull up my earnings. I don't usually do this because I don't like to be that kind of person that brags about my earnings, and I don't like to share that kind of stuff because I feel, if I say I make this kind of money, then people get mad or they try to do better than me. But for people that want to know how I did, and I got very, very lucky last week with a lot of incentives like ride bonuses and ride streaks. But for those that are wondering, I made it's hard to see that, sorry. It's a 596, there we go, 596.51. And I've never really even come close to making $600 with Lyft in the 4 years I've been doing it. Now that's because I do it part-time, but I still drove I was gonna say 6 weeks, 6 days last week. I took Wednesday off because I just wanted to kind of rest and my car needed a break. But yeah, I don't really like giving my strategy, but for those that are wondering, dude, what is going on? All these cars are coming and going, it's freaking me out, sorry. For those that are wondering, my strategy really isn't that complicated. It's just pretty much just turn the app on and go. I don't just try to say, oh, well, I'm gonna go to the city, or I'm gonna go here. I pretty much just turn the app on and just go. If it tells me to go 5 minutes to go down the road, that's where I go. And if that ride takes me 45 minutes north, I go north. If it takes me 45 minutes south, I go south. Now the only problem with my strategy is that I do a lot of backtracking. Like right now, I'm at O'Hare, and actually looking at the Lyft app right now, I'm gonna actually look here and see, because I guarantee you, well, I don't want to guarantee it, but I'm pretty sure that, yep, there's actually a bonus. There's a $4.24 bonus right now. You can see it. That there's a little bonus, and there's one driver on right now, so I could just turn the app on, and I would get $4.24. Sorry, there's a fire truck in the background. I didn't know it was going, and so if I take someone to the city and it's $23, I'm gonna make $27 off that. So that's part of my strategy, is that I know kind of when to go online and see. I've been doing the airports for so long that I know when it's busy and I know when it's not busy. So if I know that the airport's, like right now it's about 9:30 at night, so I know that the airport's gonna be busy from about 9:30 to midnight. I know I've got a good few hours to where I can just go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So if I take someone 45 minutes to Evanston, or an hour, I can just say, hey, I'm just gonna shoot back right down the interstate and go back to O'Hare, try to get someone else. They might go to the city, come back to O'Hare, get someone else, go, and then everyone's like, you're backtracking, you're wasting gas, and you can just get short rides. Yes, I could get short rides, you're correct, I could. But the thing about me is I like the long rides. And on, I think it was Saturday, no, Saturday was the 4th. On Friday, I got a ride out of Midway, and it was a $50 ride, and it was way up north. I mean, it was almost to Wisconsin up north. So, and I mean, that was, I wasn't even planning on going that far, but that's just luck right there. So, I mean, for me, I don't really have a strategy. I turn the app on and go, and every time I do a ride, I usually just turn the app off after I'm done, so I can figure out where I am. Like if I'm in the city and I want to stay in the city, I'll stay in the city. Or if I want to kind of head back towards my area, I'd say, hey, I'm going to head back towards me and try to get a ride. Now I know I can use destination filter and all that stuff, but I don't really like to do that because sometimes it doesn't do it right, and then it throws me way too far north or way too far south. But I mean, that's just my strategy. My strategy is just turn the app on and go. And I don't like doing little 5-minute rides, 10-minute rides. I like the 30, 40-minute rides where I know, hey, I'm gonna get 25, 30, 40 bucks off this ride and hope for a tip, because I don't get a lot of tips, and that's not really my fault. That's just people being cheap. I can't really, that's just the system. Although I do feel like I do both Uber and Lyft. I feel like people tend to tip more on Lyft, but I could be wrong. And I mean, I don't really do Lyft. I don't do Uber as much as I used to, because my rating on Uber is actually lower. My driver rating is lower, and my Lyft rating is actually higher, and I've got more rides. So I just kind of stick to Lyft. The only reason I do Uber is because of Uber Eats, but I have to contact Uber because sorry, they sent me that Uber Plus card, I think it is, where you pay for the orders, and I lost that card, so I gotta contact them and say, hey, can you guys send me a new card so I can do Uber Eats, because I do Uber Eats and Uber differently than Lyft. It's kind of the same thing, but it's different, because with Uber Eats you don't really have to have people in your car. You just pick up the food and go, and I can listen to my music, because when I'm driving for Lyft I tend to put on music that I think people like, or the radio. I'm more of like a hard rock guy, like Disturbed and Avenged Sevenfold, 3 Days Grace, well, the old 3 Days Grace. And I feel like a lot of people aren't gonna like that, so I just put on like 90s or 2000s or something. I just put on like CNN radio and just kind of keep it low enough to where I can hear it and then they can hear it. But yeah, I just wanted to do a quick little video on my strategy on what I do and how I'm making money during COVID is doing Uber and Lyft. And I am wearing a face mask. I have to. Right now I'm not, because I'm not online. So, and I'm in this airport lot, and it's 24-hour lot, and no one can really. Well, the only people that can kick me out of here legally are the police, but no one's gonna do anything. I mean, there's people probably sitting in the cars sleeping for all, it said one driver was on, and there's at least 10 cars in this lot. So I'm assuming that there's people sleeping or on their iPads or phones watching YouTube just like me. So I just wanted to do a quick video on that. And I also made a lot of money on Friday. I drove from 12 noon to about 2 a.m. and I made $201.09 or something like that. So I got I got lucky with a lot of long rides, and I got a lot of ride bonuses. And then the last ride I actually got was to an Amazon warehouse in Elgin, and that was a hike for me, because I don't live anywhere near there, but that interstate's a really well maintained interstate, so it's pretty easy to get home. And I've been down that interstate many times, unfortunately, because I actually took one guy. This was like probably 2 years ago. I took a guy from O'Hare to Rockford, and Rockford's a good 2-hour drive. So I got home, I dropped that guy off. I picked the guy up at like midnight, and I dropped him off at like 2:30. I didn't get home till like 4:30 in the morning. Crazy. So like I said, I prefer the long rides. I don't just prefer like, oh, I'm gonna get the little short rides and just keep doing that. Yeah, those are nice, but that's not me. And I can try to show you here. My phone unlocked. There we go. Let me see here. Let me go to my earnings here, and do this here. So if I open my earnings, okay, earnings 590. I said 595. It's 596.51. Sorry about that. So you're not gonna be able to see this very well, but it says earnings $596.51. Ride earnings $439.53. I got $49.62 in bonuses. I got $37 in ride challenges. I got $30 in ride streaks, and then I had two cancel rides on me. Well, one guy, I don't think he knew that he said he didn't call for driving and he canceled on me, but it was already too late. There was like 20 seconds left on the timer, and he already canceled, so I got the cancellation for that. So that was $18.10, and then another person just never even showed up. I called them and they didn't answer the phone, so I got another cancellation. So that was the $18.10, and then I got $17 in tips, and then I had to pay $5 in tolls. Well, the customers did, but it goes to me, the tolls. So that's $596.51. So I got very lucky with a lot of ride bonuses and ride streaks. Now, for those that don't know what a ride streak is, for people that are thinking about doing Uber or for doing Lyft, a ride streak is pretty simple. Lyft will text you, or they'll show you on the app. They'll give you 3 rides to do in an hour. Now you think, oh, that's easy. I can do 3 rides in an hour. Well, it's easy when you get 2 short rides, and then you have a long ride, or you get a long ride, and then you have a medium-sized ride, and then you got a short ride. Because, you know, that long ride could be 45 minutes, and then you have a short ride that's like 10 minutes. Now you have 55 minutes, and you're like, well, I got 5 minutes to get that short ride. So you're hustling to get it. But the thing with ride streaks is that you cannot turn the app off. If you turn the app off, you break the streak and you won't get the money. So if you're in like a sketchy area and you're like, I really don't want to be in this area, and you turn the app off, you're not going to get that streak. So I got kind of lucky and was able to get a lot of streaks, and luckily I actually got some of them when I would have people in the car. Like I took one guy from Bolingbrook to Stickney, and when I was driving him to Stickney on Interstate 55, the Lyft app already went off, and I already had a ride in the queue, so I didn't even have to do anything. I dropped the guy off, I completed the trip, and I went and got someone else, and I got someone else, and I got that streak done. So that was pretty easy. Now, ride bonuses are different because you can actually turn the app off, and I actually have 2. I have one right now that's 11 ride. I think it's 11 rides or like 15 rides. Let me check here. So I don't. So yeah. So I have a $15 challenge. It's pretty easy. It's 11 rides, an extra $15, and then another 10 rides for 22. So that's $37, 22 rides. So I mean, it's like 21. So I mean, that's pretty easy. 21 rides, $37. I mean, that's $37 in free money. And I mean, you don't have to do them to get that extra money, but if you want that extra money and push yourself, you will make that kind of money. So the more ride bonuses you do, and the more ride streaks you complete, the more money you're gonna make. Now, you don't have to do any of that. Lyft does not force you to do that. You are your own boss when you do this. So it's just a way for them to incentivize you. And a lot of people right now, a lot of Lyft and Uber drivers they're staying home because of the pandemic, and they filed for unemployment. So there's not a lot of drivers out right now. So they're kind of incentivizing you, like, hey, if you want to keep driving, we're going to keep throwing you ride bonuses and ride streaks. I get a lot of ride streaks and ride bonuses at Midway and O'Hare. And actually yesterday I got very lucky because yesterday was Sunday. I took a guy from Willowbrook to Midway, and then on my way up to Midway, I got a ride in the queue, and I had to leave Arrivals and go down to the I had to leave Departures and go down to Arrivals, and then I dropped that guy off, and then I came back to O'Hare because I was close to it, and there was a ride bonus, and then I dropped those people off, and I came back to Midway, and I got a ride bonus. So I got very lucky. I got a lot of ride bonuses yesterday, so I made like $115 in like 5 hours, and I wasn't on for 5 hours, but that's how many rides. I mean, it took 5 hours to do it, but I wasn't online consecutively for 5 hours. So if you know how to play the system with Lyft and Uber, you can make a lot of money very quick. And I have a friend. I'm gonna wrap this video up pretty quickly here because I want to get online. I might go online. I have a buddy of mine who who drives full time for Uber and Lyft, and he was telling me he's making like $900 to $1,000 a week. I mean, it's not hard to make the money. You just gotta know how to manipulate the system and how to work it, and really just, there's a lot of luck involved too. Like, I took someone to, how would I take him to? It was someplace up north. It might have been Lake Forest or someplace up there, and there was like a $45 ride bonus, but it was like I wasn't gonna get it. I mean, I was right in the area, but it was like in the middle of the intersection, middle of the road. There was no place for me to even like turn around, and I just kept driving in circles for like 10 minutes. I'm like, I'm not gonna get this, so I gave up. And that's another thing that I want to mention real quick too, if anyone's thinking about doing Uber or Lyft, is you never ever chase a ride bonus or a surge or anything. If you see that, if you're doing an Uber and you see that it's surging, and you're like, oh, well, I'm like 10 minutes from that surge. Yeah, well, by the time you get to that surge, it's gone, and now you're in the middle of nowhere, and you just screwed yourself. So you never chase those. That was something that I was told when I first started from a lot of drivers is, you know, don't chase the surge, you know, don't chase a ride bonus, you know, just drive if you want to, and if you end up getting one, like if you drop someone off and all of a sudden you look on the app and you're like, oh, I have a ride bonus, and you're right in that area, then, you know, you got lucky. And especially in like downtown Chicago, like the Loop area, there's a lot of that. There was one yesterday, I think. Where was it at? I don't remember where it was, but it was only like $3. I'm like, I'm not gonna, you know, spend my time trying to get an extra ride when it's already midnight. I gotta get up and go to work in the morning. So I just wanted to do a quick little video on how I made money this week doing Lyft, and hopefully it's just people that are thinking about doing it, that, you know, that rideshare isn't dead. It's, you know, you can still make money doing it if you know how to do it right. You just, I mean, right now, obviously with the, you know, with the pandemic and COVID, you gotta wear a face mask, you know, you gotta have hand sanitizer. Lyft, I think Lyft might actually provide that for you, but because I work till like 8 o'clock every day, I can't get to the hub, and I actually have paper towels in my car too. So you know, I desanitize my car, and I keep it clean. I don't let anyone sit in the front seat because you're not supposed to. I'm supposed to have the windows down. I'm driving, but some people don't want the windows down, which I didn't get it at first. But I was like, oh, it makes sense because the virus can circulate in the air, and I can get it. So, but I just wanted to do a video. So hopefully, if there's anyone looking to do Lyft or Uber, this might inspire you to do it, to maybe give it a shot. I just thought I would share this video with you. So thanks for stopping by. Hope to see you soon, and stay safe out there. Keep yourself clean, and God bless.